of us, right?
Oh man, this is bad. This is so bad.
Hey, Jimmy. Do they rock or suck? They have not started playing yet. It's a test, Jimmy.
1, 2.
You passed. Okay.
Good evening. My name is Crash. These are the boys.
Is that girl a boy, too?
Yes.
They have a girl drummer.
This song is called I Am So Sad. I am so very, very sad. Goes a little something like this. Thank you.
Not a race, guys.
Alright, this next song goes out to the guy who keeps yelling from the balcony. It's called We Hate You, Please Die.
Sweet. Love this one.
I didn't count on this before my very first kiss. This isn't the path we choose, but there's so much we could lose. Team up, are you up for it? Put your hand in mine, it's a perfect fit. Team up, cause it's up to us, but it's hard to save the world when you're falling in love.
We need to talk about something interesting.
Jisu, you gotta talk to Jisu.
Well, my YouTube is Secret Identity Studio. I haven't been uploading a lot lately, which is because I suck. I know. I talk about all kinds of things. Like, a lot of times I'll just do video essays on something. Sometimes if I feel like doing a tier list, I'll do it. One time I did a whole What Your Best Girl in Bondori Says About You. I'm just staring at Happiness Charge Precure being in garbage, and I'm like, I think I know who was behind that one.
The Precure fandom is wide, I have found.
Futariwa and Heartcatch, there was a big divide between the old guard and the new blood back in the day. Even today, like, a lot of people cite Heartcatch as a good starter Precure. Futariwa is a classic, and it's constantly referenced by the franchise to this day.
Yeah.
But Heartcatch is more emblematic of what modern Precure is like.
Yeah, I think so.
So, yeah.
And I think
But at the same time, like, Heartcatch is still a goofy, fun show. Like,
Right?
I always just remember stuff like the pencil and paper monsters saying, destroy the school, and Kira Marine just holds up her hand, can you get our school too while you're at it?
みんなで学校を壊しに行こう
よければ中学校も。マリン！痛い痛い痛い！
I have watched a couple episodes of Healing Good, but I have been told from the outside looking in that it hits different in the later half. So tell me about Healing Good. Where should we put it?
Healing Good, I think I would put in decent with, like, Yes and Fresh and Star Twinkle. Say that it's important too because it was the first season to be licensed beyond the crappy hard subs that we got for season 1.
Oh, you speak of Crunchyroll.
Yeah, Crunchyroll
Yes.
licensed it. They were trying to get Precure for years, and Toei
Really?
finally relented just last year.
I did not know
And
that.
so we got Healing Good in the middle of the season.
Just a quick editor's note here that Tropical Rouge Precure is also licensed by Crunchyroll, so hey, you can go watch it legally finally after all these years, just in time for Funimation to buy out Crunchyroll. Well, Jisu, thank you so much for coming on and helping me chop down this tree. It's a large task, especially near the end here.
That's true. Thanks a lot. You have a nice day.
Well, this actually segues in because the last anime I did watch was Symphogear XV, so...
I suppose that's where I want to start. This is Tessa. Where you go? How would you like to be at Unseelie Seraph? How would you like people to find you? I'm gonna edit the shit out of this, by the way, so I'll make a sound.
Just Contessa and at Unseelie Seraph, yeah.
You are my Symphogear person.
I don't know how much I deserve that mantle anymore, but okay. Yeah.
You undersell yourself, considering that I know I told you this, I honestly cannot remember what happens in each season. So talk it out with me.
Okay, well, first question I have to ask is, do you have Wicross on there?
But that's wrong. That's not the way friendship works.
Wicross, yeah, see, there are a number that are not directly listed as magical girl shows. Stuff like Revolutionary Girl Utna, Kill la Kill, Space Patrol Luluco. So,
Okay, well, you just have to go back to my infamous alignment chart, right? So
yes, that is a famous alignment chart. I used that. I actually went back, found that, referenced it in my Madoka Magica videos, and gave you a shout out. It gets people thinking, and that's what we're trying to do here, honestly.
Right.
Or people questioning their sanity, one of the two. I did rank Symphogear as very good and very important the first season.
I agree with that, actually. I actually think it's more important now than it was when it first came out.
I agree with that too. That is crazy. Yeah, it has grown in relevancy.
Nanoha, Sailor Moon, all those sort of did pave the way for it, but it's become sort of the perfect example of, the modern media mix.
Yeah, you've got a whale on the gacha game.
Right. No, and since all the different things bounce off each other and reference each other, it's once you're in, it has your tendrils, and
yeah, there's a Precure path that magical girls can take.
You have the Nanoha, Madoka, Symphogear direction as well. So, because back in the day, I hated GX, and I've softened on it some, but I'm not super certain of the direction they went. Comparatively.
Okay, very quickly, the plot of GX is fucking terrible. Like, holy shit, Dr. Fair, that has all the...
Dr. Fair's one of the only good parts, though.
Oh god, it's so fucking memeable. Oh, Jesus.
Right.
And Maria and the whole thing with them being tortured. I don't know, I like the other characters. I like Kirka, I like Blade Lolly.
I feel like they started buying into the hype more and the martial elements of the series, which really sounds weird to say because a lot of the last seasons are just them being depressed and monologuing at times, but like thematically it's still there, but you can really, that sort of becomes window dressing in a lot of ways. In a way to build up to all these different set pieces, in a way that I feel the first two seasons, they built the conflicts in such a way that it naturally built up, as opposed to, here's your episode of the week.
I'm confusing this with G, I think.
Really bad top dad plot that everyone memes about.
Oh, the dad
That's the other thing
plot.
from GX.
Oh, fuck. Yes, that does happen in GX. Yes, you are right. Alright, so where are we putting GX then?
I don't think it's good. I don't think it's as bad as I used to say, but it was important for Symphogear's identity, and I think it also is important in the sense that it defined how to do the media mix for magical girls.
This is fair. Is this the one with...
Beef Stroganoff.
That's GX? Beef Stroganoff is GX?
Yes.
Okay. Yes, it can go in important then. Do we rank G?
Oh, I guess we do need to go back and do G. Really, it's all about love, right?
Okay.
I don't even know if it's super significant except within the context of Symphogear, but it is a good season. I think it's one of the better seasons, actually.
You think it's a good season?
I do. I think it's much better than most of the season. Probably middle of the pack for me.
Which one ends with them dying? That's all of them.
It's literally AXZ is my personal favorite season, so it'll be AXZ. Obviously, the big part of this one was the Alchemist, right? And Adam.
He was naked often.
I mean, really, you can't get a better villain than that. So.
The enemy of all magical girls. You'd be surprised how much like sexual misappropriation of women's bodies is on this list.
I can't say it's a super significant season, but if you want like the one Symphogear season that is one well written and also just like the definitive season in my eyes of Symphogear, this one hits all the notes.
So where are you putting it?
Where am I putting it? It's my personal favorite, and I would put it in a must-watch, but it's probably actually in like the decent for dedicated viewers.
Yeah, there is this element of like, this rating system is not what is the best season of a magical girl anime, right?
Right. There isn't much to talk about with AXZ, I feel, but I think that's part of what makes it good also. And then we get into XV. One of the things I noticed about 2019 was there's a lot of series ending, really big ones. I mean, obviously Star Wars had its episode 9, Game of Thrones had season 8,
Sure.
Marvel had Endgame.
And Symphogear had XV.
And Symphogear had XV. I would put XV like on level with the final Star Wars movie. It wasn't Game of Thrones season 8 level, but it's real bad. Oh my god. No, the monster trio, like they on screen they shoot the dog essentially, and then the whole rest of the season they whine about how they had to shoot the dog or whatever. They each get their token episode right in each season, but
or token stripper transformation sequence, as it were.
Oh, I mean, yeah. Then Elf9 becomes the tech support, the person at home who builds all the gear for the last 2 seasons.
Okay, I'm gonna remember to put a little thing up on screen with the finally Elf10 meme with her at the beaker.
Yeah, and then the power of love saves everything, right? So,
as it is wont to do. All right, trash tier it is. I hate to do it. You hate to see it.
Yeah.
But that's what it is. It's what it is.
When I'm looking at the things you have in the garbage tier, like it's better than Higurashi Kira.
It's better than Daybreak Illusion. It's better than Cutie Hide.
It's probably better than Daybreak Illusion. Yeah, it's better.
But we can bump it up to Ancillary if you want.
You can do that. I mean, they're going to do the Nanoha. The Vivid thing.
Yeah, I was about to say, we were not able to get anybody to rank Vivid, so we need to rank Vivid.
Vivid, it's ancillary.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I've only watched one episode, but
it has its moments. I was not interested enough to watch it the full way through, but what I watched was fine.
Cool.
It was fine.
Perfect.
Urahara,
yes.
I actually did notice that earlier. I wasn't sure if you were going to ask me or not, but
I'm asking.
Oh, I love this show. It's really cute. I mean, I don't think it's super important in any sort of way.
Yeah.
Like before we got the action, the Magical Girl Warrior stuff. It's a throwback to that even, and that is what makes it really special to me. It's not important historically or anything, but it's a fun show.
Having watched the show all the way through, I agree that it is a good show.
No, I get it. Okay, if I can just have one last word since there's a series.
Hit me with it.
Well, seeing the first 2 seasons especially were really what brought this Magical Girls to my heart, and I have so many good memories of it, and I still love a lot of what it does, but it's a wasted potential to me.
I share your sentiments.
If that's the case, let's see your action that matches this deal.
Of course I understand. As there is a saying that more docile dog is longer to live.
So yeah, my name is Ayumi Shinozaki. I have a number of various jobs, I guess, but as far as relation to Magical Girls, I've been a Magical Girl fan all my life, and that's why I decided to make a podcast about Magical Girls, and not just about the girls themselves, but also about the fans of the genre. I think most Magical Girl fans would agree that we want more people to enjoy Magical Girls.
Absolutely. So. Anything that you want to specifically say or you feel passionate, I know you have a wide breadth of the Magical Girl genre, and you are as much an expert as we can find in this field.
It's really important to at least watch one older Magical Girl show and trying to think about which one would be best to understand the genre. I would probably go with Akko-chan. In terms of the consumption of media and what people even today know, like the average Japanese person, I would say Akko-chan is more significant. But from my understanding, Doremi definitely is also a very big show, and that has continued in a way that Sailor Moon didn't really. Like right now, Precure is very much number one for sure.
Yeah.
And Sailor Moon now is like, oh, that's that thing my mom watched. Like kids don't really think about it. I have a pencil case that has the Futari Precure characters on it that I carry to every class.
Sure.
So sometimes like teenagers will recognize those characters and get excited.
Right.
And I've definitely also had in other classes with usually teenagers or preteens, where for some reason Precure will come up and they'll talk about, or their parents will talk about how like, oh yeah, their favorite was this series that was airing when they were 4 or 5.
Right.
So it's like this is a series that even if most of the people who have watched it don't watch it anymore, it's like it just really touched so many lives over a whole generation of kids.
Something that we miss in the Western anime audience because we don't get to see that side of the intended audience. Like many of these shows, specifically more so after Nanoha, were made for both the dual audiences in mind and maybe hit a lot more towards the older men.
Precure generally, the focus audience is really like kindergartners and younger. So some kids really start as young as 2 years old watching.
Wow,
Precure.
Really? I did not know it was that
Yeah.
young. That's cool.
From my experience, a lot of kids either stop liking or are kind of pressured to stop watching Precure when they enter elementary school.
Is there anything that you can speak to that we have not ranked yet?
Okay, Sugar Rune. This one I do think that it is. Wow, I'm just noticing what is on your garbage list, and I'm like shocked. But anyway,
Okay, no.
Happiness Charge definitely is that's one of my favorites. I think that, of course, calling something garbage is extremely I can't say that there's anything that I would definitely say is garbage.
Yeah, well, have you seen Daybreak Illusion?
Calling Crystal garbage is also like, there were people that enjoyed Crystal, but Happiness Charge is one of my favorite seasons of Precure. It's very different in that it's this version of Precure in which, there's actually this huge like global Precure like network, basically all these magical girls and so on.
I kind of get it, and to extend that to the other shows too, I've heard people kind of come up and defend Daybreak Illusion and Magical Girl's Sight and a couple of theirs, Sailor Moon Crystal as well, in that they found something meaningful or they found something poignant. I guess what I'll say is that doesn't. How am I supposed to get the clicks if everything's awesome? How are we supposed to, like?
I just don't like.
What would you say a miss is for a Magical Girl show?
Not for everyone. I don't know if that's like the right way to label it.
I love it. I know you feel strongly about Happiness Charge. What do you have any?
I would put it under decent. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
What other ones do we have? We had Healing Good and Fresh and Star Twinkle and Decent. You think that's?
Yeah, that's good.
In this, okay. So that was all a detour from Sugar Rune.
Yeah. It's a very interesting series because it's a 2000s Magical Girl series. It's also very different from the other works of Moyoko Anno, who usually does things that are a little bit more adult. There are some aspects that I think are not great for everyone, but I do think that it's a decent series. I think Cha-Cha would also be a pretty good show to watch at least a few episodes of. Yeah, I guess Ancillary would be a good thing for it because it's like it's worth watching, but it's not like the first choice maybe.
Sure.
But it's cute. Pig Girl is a good one. I haven't watched all of it, but I do think that it's an okay show. I would put it in Ancillary. It's a bit more of a parody, but it's a kids parody, so that I think is also interesting. But if you're going to put Daybreak Illusion in Not For Everyone, then Prisma Ilia definitely also needs to be a Not For Everyone. People who are like, oh, I want to get my daughter into Magical Girls, and like I had to make a list longer than the list of recommendations. I had to make a list of shows to absolutely avoid. Even though they look cute, it's like, please don't watch it. Yeah, I don't have any other comments. I understand the listings so far. Yeah.
It's good. It's what it's all about. Acceptance at the end of the day. Coming to a mutual understanding. Isn't that very thematic with the magical girls?
You can find all the links that you need to watch or listen to the podcast on Twitter, at magicalgirlayu. And my Twitter is at AyuSheKnows, which is AYUSHEKNOWS.
Coming soon.
Clear and sweet ranks every magical girl show ever.
So nice seeing all of these nasty shows clumped into one category.
It was too girly.
Obviously, it's common to say this for a lot of shows, but in John's case, I actually do feel the manga is much better.
Like, no one else will give a fuck about Mermaid Melody.
I just like magical girl stuff.
And don't worry, there'll be plenty more fan service on the way too.